Okay, so today is, again, a very similar lesson to the other day. It's going to be subtracting unlike fractions. Um, Again, very similar, you're just subtracting. But we have to make sure that the denominators are the same. So example number 1 says a female Cuban tree frog can be up to 5/12 foot long. A male Cuban tree frog can be up to 1/4 of a foot long. How much longer is the female Cuban tree frog than the male? So that should have given it away that it's a subtraction problem. We're trying to figure out how much longer the Cuban tree frog is than the female Cuban tree frog than the male. So we're going to do 5/12 minus 1/4. But we realize that we don't have the same denominator here, so we need to change it to have the same denominator by using the least common denominator. We notice that the least common denominator is 12, so we only have to change one fraction. We're just changing 1/4 to have a denominator of 12. 5/12 can stay the same. Okay? In order to change 1/4, we're going to multiply the bottom by 3, and we're going to multiply the top by 3. So we're going to get 5/12 minus 3/12 is going to be now it's going to be subtracting like fractions because the denominators are the same. 5 minus 3 is 2, and the 12 stays the same. So we get 2/12. But you have to remember that you have to simplify. 2 goes into the numbers 2 and 12, so if you divide the top and bottom by 2, you're going to get 1/6. So a female Cuban tree frog is 1/6 of a foot longer than the male. Okay, and then there's a check for reasonableness down here as well. Let's look at example number 2. Jessie finished half of her homework. Lakshani finished 4/5 of her homework. What fraction more of her homework did Lakshani finish than Jessie? So we needed to do 4/5 minus half because they did tell you Lakshani did more homework than Jessie. We just want to know how much more. What fraction more did Lakshani finish than Jessie? So that one goes first. 4/5 goes first. Then we take away how much Jessie did. We're going to have to change 5 and 2 to be like denominators. The least common denominator, the number that 2 and 5 both go into, is going to be 10. So I'm going to change 5 and 2 to be a denominator of 10. What they did here was they estimated first. They used some benchmark fractions. So they said 4/5 is close to 1. Half is obviously half. So if you take 1 whole and you take away half, you're going to get half. So our answer should be close to 1/2. So we're going to write equivalent like fractions using the least common denominator. Change both of them to have the least common denominator, which is 10. Whatever you do on the bottom, you do on the top. So we end up getting 8/10 minus 5/10, which gives us 3/10. Then you have to think, can we simplify 3/10 at all? We can't. There is not a number that goes into both 3 and 10. So our answer is Lakshani finished 3/10 more of her homework than Jessie. Compared to your estimate, 3/10 is approximately half. Okay, guided practice. There's a question at the bottom of page 686. So we're going to subtract and then we're going to write in simplest form. We notice we don't have like denominators, so we're going to change 1/4 to have a denominator of 8 so that it matches this 8. I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by 2, so I'm going to get 2/8. So we do 3/8 minus 2/8 is going to give us just 1/8, and we cannot simplify that at all, so that is just our answer. It would be 1/8. So just like we did the other day, you're going to do the independent practice, you're going to do problem solving, and you're going to do the 2 My Homework pages and then submit them to me. If you have any questions, please let me know.